So I'm going to start by introducing myself and talking a little bit about electives this year. I did see there were some questions about electives in the chat. So this is your first year in high school, and electives are a little bit different, where it doesn't say electives. Your electives are credits that you will need to graduate. So yeah, so like if you see my name, I'm one of our electives teacher, but it's a CTE course. So it's a credit that you need to graduate high school. So your electives are going to be different things in there. So you'll meet the different teachers and find out which one you have on your schedule. So I am Miss White. I know that we have some new ninth graders. I'm so excited that you guys are here to join us. My history at GLOW, this is my third year teaching. I taught 7th grade science, and then I taught 8th grade science, which means that for most of the 9th graders here, you all know me very well. I brought Lizzie in on the call. She is here. She is happy. She's happy to see all of you. Hector is still here too, but he's out in the student center. And he's a little bit harder to pick up and carry onto the screen. So this year, even though Valerie, in our last meeting, I said I wasn't going to be teaching you guys, I am going to be teaching high school computer science. So I'm going to be teaching a CTE course, Core 3 and Core 4. So if you see that on your schedule, you have Miss White for the 3rd year in the row. Get pumped. But computer science is going to be a really interactive course where we look at the technology all around us. You're going to learn how to design different apps, like for your phone, how to design web pages, how everything connected with computers works, some of the basic coding languages, and some computer programming skills. I'm really excited to bring this course to GLOW. This is a course that is really relevant to the world right now, especially right now where everything's virtual. But technology is growing and it's being used in every facet of our lives now. So this is a skill that when you graduate high school, if you've taken my computer science classes, you will be ready to be hired by some awesome companies. So I'm really excited to work with you guys virtually for the first part of the year, at least. We'll see how long. But this will be a course that's pretty easy to adapt to our virtual model. So I'm really excited to get going and to see you guys still in my courses. I'm also teaching middle school STEM, and I am also teaching AP psychology in the spring. So you guys will see me throughout your high school careers as well. I'll still be here. So that's my core. So if you see computer science in either Core 3 or Core 4, you have me again. Woohoo! I'm real excited. And I'm going to pass it over to one of our other teachers.
I'll go really quickly. Girls. Oops. No, Miss Moore, you go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to talk to you quickly to those of you that you'll notice on your schedule, if you have your schedule, your leadership advisory. If you have me for your leadership advisory, you are in Avid 1 or 9th grade Avid, which is technically considered an elective course, but we're having it during our advisory time block. Some of you are really familiar with Avid because you applied for it and you interviewed, and we're happy to have you. We had some spots, so we looked at our rosters and chose some girls that we thought would be a good fit. So if hearing that you're in Avid is news, you will learn more about it, and we will go through that process and cross those bridges through the next couple of weeks. But I'm super excited to have all of you in my advisory class, and we're going to get to know each other really well, and we're going to make each other better people. And I'm excited. All right, bye.
Okay, now I'll go. So my name is Miss Ellis. This is my first year at GLOW, so I wanted to introduce myself. I will be teaching healthful living, so health and PE. I won't actually have any of you, if I have you, until next semester, so don't be alarmed if that's not on your schedule. Pretty much it's going to be pretty well split health and PE. It's not going to be like traditional PE necessarily. It's not just going to be football and basketball. It's going to be a lot of different things. We're going to do mindfulness practice. We're going to do yoga. We're going to do fitness. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to meet all of you. But yes, I will see you next semester.
Well, I don't see any other ladies on the screen. I try to let ladies go first. Oh, I see one. Are you elected, Miss Carrie? Uh-oh, I guess not.
Ooh, sorry,
Hey, if you are,
I'll go, Merle.
okay.
I'm not Miss Tomlin. I'm using Miss Tomlin's computer. My name is Miss Downey, and I am the new high school art teacher. You may have seen me around Globe last year. I was an ECTA, but I'm really an art teacher, and I love art. And if you're a little bit nervous about taking the class, I can promise you that you're going to make some things that you're going to love and you're going to be proud of. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at a lot of different media. As soon as we get off of the computer all the time, there's lots of different media we can use that we can't do online. So in the beginning, things will be mostly 2D. I want to be here to help you. I'm nervous about being on screen right this minute. Feel free to hit me. I'll hit you right back. All the 10th graders know that I will. So if you have any problems with the discussion question, please let me know. Today, if you're here at school, you'll get your supplies and materials packet. And if you're not at school, we got to figure out how to get those to you. Take care. I look forward to working with you. Merle.
All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mr. Merle. I'll be your music instructor at Glow. For y'all, what we'll be doing is vocal this year, and well, this semester. And so what that will be, so some of y'all who had it before, it'll be a lot different this year. We're gonna spend more time building a greater foundation for singing. What does that mean posture-wise? What does that mean? How all this works, diaphragmatic breathing, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get more into, music theory, notation, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll finally get to the singing. So by then you'll be so glad that you're singing, and you'll be so glad that you understand more about singing that you'll be surprised at how much better you sing. Or if you thought that you couldn't sing, you'll be surprised to realize that, hey, you don't sound half bad. So we're gonna try to make it as fun as we can. I know you got a lot of other things going on, and we don't want to make it a stressful situation. So my biggest thing is participate, and you'll do well. It can be an easy A, not 8, but A. If you don't participate, it's going to be hard for me to give you a good grade. And you just heard the wonderful ladies tell you that you need the grade. So just participate. If you sound like this when you sing, just participate. Easy A. I'll take your best. If it goes from sounding like this, just sounding like this, that's an improvement. I'll take it. So see y'all later.
Is Miss Shizmar on the call? I am not seeing her. So we also have a new, if she pops in, I'll let her introduce herself in just a minute, but we also have a new high school hospitality and culinary arts teacher, Miss Shizmar. She's really awesome. She loves food. I might say even more than I do, which y'all know that is saying something. She's going to be teaching our high school hospitality and culinary arts students. So you guys are real lucky. That'll be a great class. Woohoo! We can stay on the line if you guys have some questions. I see some questions coming in the chat. I think we answered most of those questions. But if you have any questions about your electives, I can hang out for a minute. Yeah, I'm so excited to get started with this year.
Miss White, you should probably tell them about where you live now.
Yeah. So many of you knew at the beginning, or not the beginning, the end of last year, I was going through the fun process of thinking about moving onto a boat. And I did indeed sell most of my belongings, buy a sailboat, and now I live on a sailboat out in Carolina Beach. So that was what Miss White spent most of her summer doing. I'll show you guys some pictures of that. I know many of you were very concerned about that at the end of last year, but it's working out really well. It's really awesome. So been a fun journey.
I live on another planet, but nobody asked me about that.
Oh, that's great. Ashley, I'm seeing there's a question coming in about some sort of baking club. So we don't have a definitive answer about what clubs will look like right now. That is definitely something that we want to do as we get the school year rolling. Miss Jaleese had some great advice for some of our students earlier this week. If you've got a club that you think would work really well virtually, write down that idea and get with your advisor, because we are still formulating what clubs are going to look like this fall at GLOW. So that's a great idea, Ashley. So write that down and email that to your advisor. I like that planet, Mr. Merle. Oh, Lizzie just jumped on screen. Yes, Taja, that's a great question. And that's a little bit different than last spring. Not all of your electives went online last spring. Some of you only had your core courses. But yes, this fall, all of your electives are happening. So you will have a synchronous class time for vocal music or visual arts or computer science or hospitality. That will be an online course in your Canvas, and you will have synchronous meetings just like you would for math, ELA, or social studies or science. Great question. Zai, we're going to find that information and email it to you. Do you have access to your GLOW email? Awesome. We will get you that information. Oh, and I just forgot, Mr. Sorrells is also not on this call, but he's also teaching a high school elective. I don't know if any ninth graders are in it, but they might be, but he's teaching theater. So on your schedule, if you see theater as your elective, you have Mr. Sorrells. And I'm saying that Miss Majeski Turner just put into the chat, if you're interested in running club on Instagram, follow at GLOW Running Club. And she and Miss Daly are going to have updates about running club. So I know several of you have done that for the past couple of years. So check them out on Instagram. Great. Well, if there are no more questions, I'm going to put Lizzie back because she's starting to get really hyper and I don't want to chase her across the student center. You have another meeting at 11:30 with Miss Futrell. Oh, and Miss Herman's going to be starting a photography club in a few weeks. Woohoo! Taja, if you don't have Instagram, that's okay. And we will get you information about running club if that's something that you're interested in. Lizzie keeps jumping on my screen and changing settings. So that's fun. It just went really dark. So you have a meeting at 11:30. This would be a good time to use the bathroom if you haven't yet, anything like that. And we will see you all virtually at 11:30.